Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, vocation read for January and February 2021. I am your reader, Archangel Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions of Virgo Sun sign of the Archangel of Lyons, Archangel Lyons, but you, my Virgos, can call me Mal. Hi. Hi, my most watched sign, right? Because all of the readers on YouTube are Virgos. I know that's not true. It just really looks true. So let's get down to business, shall we? This is a 3-level of power read called Work, Career, Vocation, looking at your life purpose, how you survive, how you create, and what your calling is. Bringing all of that into alignment for a 2-month period, because particularly with the year we've been through and are already well underway in, things are going a little bit slower than usual, right? So to allow that gradual growth, but sometimes major quantum leaps forward, right? As the world changes, mutable earth signs that we are, we often change along with it, adapting like sand, making our way through the cracks that other people can't navigate. So I've been doing these work, career, vocation reads for myself for years. Once I learned about the 3 levels of power by Carolyn Myss. This is her archetype deck. There is a link in the description box of a video she did a long time ago about 3 levels of power if you want to look at it deeper. Work, career, vocation is just one way of breaking down the literal world, the personal world, and the symbolic world, your physical power, mental, emotional power, and spiritual power, bringing all of that in alignment. Lower 3 chakras, right? Root, sacrum, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and 8th chakra, right? Your spiritual power. So that's what we're looking at. We're going to do it with 9 cards. 3 of these daughters of the moon to get what your kind of internal personal experience of those, what that's like, and then 3 mythic tarot, what's going on the outside or how you appear on the outside. Can be either or both. Guess that's about it. All the decks that I read are always in the box. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your signs. We are working with archetypes here. These cards can be a little triggery. I do my best to be diplomatic without watering down really the alchemization possible in your work, career, vocation, January 2021. January, February 2021. Timeless, but no, this is a specific time. Ready? Stay in the present moment, feet on the floor if possible, and focus on your breath. And here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included. I need 3 cards for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video for their work, career, vocation, January, February 2021. Please, what is the dominant archetype playing out in their work, which is so important, right? So lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, survival, intuition, how you pay the bills, food, clothing, shelter kind of stuff. Their career, our career, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. The creative intuition, the mental hunger and emotional thirst, our passion, our creativity, our interior, personal, emotional, mental level of power, our career, and our vocation. That 8th chakra, higher self, seat of the soul, spiritual power, our calling, our visionary intuition. When we see things from the satellites, we see the big picture. Please, what's the dominant archetype at work for us there? That one, that felt good. All right, let's see the powers we are dealing with. As I said, these can be triggering because the shadow archetype is what you either don't want to look at or acknowledge with yourself, or you already have looked at it, acknowledged it, but don't want anybody else to know. And such a Virgo card. Oh my God, I can't believe that came back. All right, now I'm just going to say the first card down is the hero, heroine in your work, and Leo got the same card, and I'm a Leo rising. So I'm going to say chances are I'm in here because I'll read these. Career is the servant. We're the servants of the zodiac. You just can't beat that. But here's the tricky. The damsel. Oh, the damsel archetype in the 8th chakra. That's something else, but boy, what a power of self-empowerment. We'll get there. Now remember, We're talking about lower 3 chakras here, your work in the world, physical power. The hero's journey is certainly indicated here. Joseph Campbell, white courtesy telephone. The shadow attribute, escapism and a false sense of heroism, which is essentially the villain, right? It's the cowardly part of ourselves that doesn't want to take the journey or is afraid of what's going to happen, right? So we either escape or we have this false sense of heroism when really you're doing villainous shit. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And just like I said for Leo, but an hour ago, like if you can see your work in the world right now as a journey, you're not supposed to know what's going to happen because the hero never does. But it's a question of suffer fate, the shadow side here, or manifest your destiny. In all mythologies, the hero or the heroine is given fate, handed fate, something they can't change. But if they take the journey, they manifest their destiny. And everyone refuses the call of the journey at first, and then disaster happens. Sand people. Oh no. You go home, everybody gone, thanks to sand people, right? So you end up taking the journey anyway. But it's about personal empowerment. And can you have a passion for personal empowerment? I'm a Virgo. Hell yeah. We're the Hermit card, right? We'll be like, personal empowerment. You bet. So looking at the personal level here, just like in the Leona, what did they got? They got the bully, right? So those inner fears bullying them. And are they going to confront those fears? Here we've got the servant. This is the Virgo card, as well as there is a Hermit card in this deck, but this isn't tarot. The shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. I've done it. I have done it. I've used money as an excuse or lack thereof. Not just creative projects, but even to just like go out of, particularly in this past year, right? It's like, I spent my birthday. I had a really nice birthday, actually. September 6th, which is hard to say when you have a gap in your teeth. You sound like Cindy Brady your whole life. But, I picked up a friend of mine who had also been staying in place, quarantining, and came out. We ordered sushi and had a lovely time. Now, I would have loved to have taken that very same friend to Cherry Grove or the Pines and, had a lovely, lovely weekend. It just wasn't that. And really, when it came down to it, even financially, it just wasn't viable, right? So there's a reasonable side of that, Virgos, and we have to really feel that out, not so much in the lower chakras in this reading, but heart, third eye, crown. There is a creative power here to serve. So keep an eye on making lack of money an excuse to not move forward. And that can move forward in relationships, that could move forward in creative projects, but in your career in particular, to follow your passion. Well, I don't have the money. Well, whatever it is, find an inexpensive way of doing it, right? In other words, you're probably having to work your tail off to pay the bills. So your creative energy is a service, not just to your soul. It is your soul serving through you, empowering the hero's journey. This is gorgeous. But speaking of gorgeous, the damsel. Now, the damsel is not the princess, right? The princess is royalty. The damsel, Cinderella was a damsel, right? She ended up a princess, but she was a damsel, right? This is a feminine family. By the way, this is the action family of archetypes. This is the servant is the healing family of archetypes. And this is the feminine family. So again, it's never about bodily gender on my channel. It's not that I don't care. It's just that to each their own. To thine own self be true. Done. Right? But this is in the 8th chakra. This is your vocation. This is about feminine energy in a way that is so empowering. Because I refuse to play shadow damsel. Ready? Waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusions. I feel naked, right? Been there, done that, have the burnt pinafore, right? The light attribute, understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. Work, Virgo, work. And what is a damsel? A virgin, usually. Depends on the damsel. Wow, this is so very Virgo. And I love that we're on the hero's journey. I'm in this one. I'm done pretending. I'm done pretending, not seeing myself in these readings. It's not, authenticity is everything right now on planet Earth, right? Particularly work, career, vocation. Too easy to prostitute yourself. I'm glad the prostitute archetype ain't here. And if it's one of your other signs, sorry, not sorry. Breathe. Yeah, the energy jumped on this. I was a little like tired before this reading. Not anymore. My goddesses of earth, breathe. And the sign of Virgo, please 3 cards to clarify this work, career, vocation read for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, please, what's going on for us personally? Experiencing the hero in our work, the servant in our career. These are coming out really easy. And the damsel in our vocation. Okay, so hero, heroine, right? Now this is internal experience, not external experience. The Ace of Blades, so the Ace of Swords. A new idea comes in, but not just a new idea. This is the Pythia. This is the Oracle of Delphi. Look it up, right? And there's actually a trio of them. One that actually huffed the gas out of the crack in the wall. That's a long story. Do Wikipedia that, right? Ethylene gas, right? Huffing, essentially huffing ether. You got to fight for your right to huff ether. Sorry, it's from the 80s in my freshman year in college. Boston Conservatory. No, but there were 2 women there as well. One who would write it down and a third to interpret it, right? So it's work, right? So inspiration. So when the call comes inside of yourself, when that, they just gave me this, Matt Kahn healing mantra, acknowledging apprehension. I use this every day. If it's a yes, nothing can stop me. If I'm unsure, it's always a no. And I add to that for now, right? Because in work, right? So absolutely, it's like you're a hero with a sword drawn. You're a hero with a sword drawn. Take the journey. It's just going to make you better, no matter where you end up. And when do you ever end up anywhere for long? We're Virgos, right? For the servant, you got the Chariots. You're a little on the gung-ho side in terms of your career. But look, if there are financial issues where your career is not so much doing what you want it to do, understand that just like being on the hero's journey, by the way, this is the Chariot as the Amazon. It's the Wonder Woman card, all right? I renounce my wish. I cried my eyes out. My contact lenses flew across the wall and stuck to it. This is about our inspiration and our motivation. Inspiration, the light horse. Motivation, our dark horse. Inspiration, right? Because it's an emotional card. It's the Cancer card, right? So what inspires us, which is definitely here, but what motivates us? In other words, love and fear. Oh, that's so wonderful. But the fear, like, okay, so now you, Virgo, like, what's your schedule? When are you going to do this? We got to put this together. If we don't, that bill needs to get paid. And in other words, look, this is working out really, really well here so far. I love this reading for us. And for the damsel, now I know people hear Ten of Wands and they're like, oh no, a burden. But that is not how Fiona Morgan designed this card. Daughters of the Moon Tarot has such a different take on it, but the core archetypal truth of the card is there. This is the Hora. Hava Nagila, spiritually, you have completed a cycle of passion and desire within yourself, something that you wanted that affects all of this. And if it is part of your romantic life, because, you know, I work from home. I've made out with people right on those stairs, right? You know, so, and other things, and vacuumed them too afterwards. So there is a sense of completion, graduation. I say this every single time this card comes up. My mother divorced my father and married her Jewish divorce lawyer. My stepfather, I call them Hera and Zeus because of that and other things, right? So I have been to Jewish weddings. I have been to bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, and I'm telling you, they never do the Hora at a funeral. It is a celebration. This is an accomplishment, something that started as an ace of flames, of wands, culminating in here. Now, is there some burden here? Well, if you're waiting for someone to come and rescue you, but honestly, not with these cards. No. You hear a lot of you saying, right? That pussy with a rake, mom. No thanks, right? No thank you, ma'am. There's great power here. What an alignment. So you see, work, career, vocation, it's not that they all have to be the same thing. That happens to be how I have it because I started my own company. I'm a mystic who teaches and heals who's an administrator or president, right? So I've aligned those. But then if you think of them as chakric alignment as well, the process of inspiration coming into physical form, 8th chakra down to root chakra, as well as healing coming in through the lower 3 chakras and up, that's the flow of creativity and healing, right? Which is our thing. We're Virgos. Rock. Yes, witch, rock. Okay, what's going on the outside? Inquiring minds want to know. Virgo minds want to know. Breathe. All right, my beloved, beloved, beloved gods of earth. In the sign of Virgo, please clarify this. What does this look like on the outside for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign in their work hour, work, career, and vocation January and February 2021? Please, what's that look like on the outside for the hero heroine with the hero heroine archetype in the work and the career? What does that look like? The Amazon servant or the servant Amazon? No. Please just leave the card in my hand, my beloved God. No. Wow. Okay. So look, when that happens more than 2 or 3 times, that says to me that there are all sorts of different things going on, and we're only going to look at one, but there's more to this story. So in terms of the inner world, right, we've got that Amazon with that servant, right? Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Exactly what I'm doing right now. And by the way, there's Wonder Woman right behind me. She'd always have my back. A bunch of them over there. Look at this. Somebody got this for me. It's Wonder Woman as the chariot. Oh my God! Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy great Hera! And Athena and Artemis and Demeter and all of them. Hey. So wow, right? Talk about synchronicities right behind your back. So ground, breathe. I'm excited. Gods of Earth and this, my gods of Earth and the sign of Virgo, please. What does this look like on the outside? Now you give it to me. I guess they wanted me to do that. I hope it's the bulletproof bracelets card. Fall down for the jewelry. And please, last card down for the read. My beloved, beloved, beloved gods of earth and the sign of Virgo, please, 1 card in clarity. What is going on with our career? The Damsel archetype with the 10 of flames, the Hora, which just feels like a marriage or like a bar mitzvah, like a confirmation, like a graduation, like we've achieved something spiritually here that's affecting all of this, because any card could have come up there. Why the damsel? What's this look like on the outside? Sorry that took a while, but I want to know. Okay, so with the hero heroine, this totally makes sense, right? You got that information, inspiration coming in, but it feels like it's coming down through the crown. This is the Pythia. This is your inspiration that comes to you while you are working in the physical world. But with the Knight of Swords, the Gemini card, the twins, the Dioscuri, right? Like this is fast. Like information is coming fast. May involve somebody with the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whoever, whatever, right? But this is definitely a fast-moving thing. So imagine now what's interesting is the damsel in the shadow is waiting for a knight. Well, maybe you've been waiting for a piece of communication that you as a hero in the physical world, or a villain, depending where you are, and most of us are in between. It's not so polar that way, where we're absolutely one or the other. But I will say with the Page of Cups, here's another sort of message, but this is a more emotional one. This might be about that Amazon really moving forward emotionally, right? In terms of service, opening one's heart. But I will say, because the mythical character on this card of the Page of Pentacles is Narcissus, it's not saying beware of Narcissus, but remember, Page is an immature thing. This might be something that needs a little bit more self-reflection, self-love, right? Because you're gung-ho on the inside. But I wonder if there is some romance attached with that. Now, this is why I do the work, career, vocation reads, because they're not soulmate reads. They're not romantic reads. But that, the guides are going to tell us what they got to tell us. It might be involving Gemini, something or other, or someone very third house oriented, but it's something to do with work. There's no question. There's something here. I mean, it is a work, career, vocation, but this is your career moving forward. But don't be Wonder Woman with the Page of Cups that comes in. Whatever way that it comes from the outside world, maybe something that is immature. Immature does not mean instantly childish. Do you hear that? Doesn't have to be necessarily childish. It just means that it's in its initial stages, right? It's like an acorn is not an oak tree, but give it time, right? And don't feed it to a squirrel. Thank you. I dig it. So we've got messages coming in here. One kind of literal, verbal, text, phone call, email, something. But this feels more like an opportunity, an emotional opportunity, like someone's, says, well, do you want to work on this? And someone goes, oh, I'm going to feel that one out. That's what that feels like. Now, here's the tea. The damsel with the 10 of flames, as I said, well, who would officiate that? The high priestess. This is so Virgo. Like, whatever it was that we were waiting for, and I could name several things, particularly after this past 12 months, right? Waiting for a knight to provide for you. Now that knight could be a check, right? And here's a knight of swords, right? Coming in, maybe someone coming in giving us what we need to do this. But seduction by romantic illusions, I wonder if that's part of this, because romantic doesn't always necessarily mean a romantic relationship. It can mean that a situation has a romantic feel to it, like a creative project. Oh, I'm in love. Like if you say, oh, I'm in love with, I don't know if I'm in love with this. It's an ace. Sorry, it's a page of cups, but I'm the warrior. Let's feel this out, right? Inspiration, motivation. So with the high priestess here, you are 8th chakra channeling your own independence, right? Understanding the nature of healthy romance, which with that page of cups has to be in this somewhere. I don't know. I mean, again, it's a general read. If you were sitting across the table or on a video call for me, and if we were sitting across the table, you'd have to show your medical paperwork. I would absolutely spend a good half hour clarifying this, maybe even a Celtic cross, right? Inspires you to rely on yourself and to rely upon what? By the way, the Pythia is a priestess. I don't know if she's a high priestess, but a priestess of of Apollo and the goddess Pythia. It was a temple to Pythia before Apollo slew the Python, the Pythia, patriarchy. But this is Persephone, the ultimate, well, technically a princess, but a damsel who was abducted by Hades. This is about your connection to the unconscious mind, about your own intuitive skills and abilities and secrets. And here's, for a lot of us, I don't know if it's for all of us, and if it wasn't for the romantic chaos in our lives, us having romantic lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions to deal with coming and going, right? That we have this higher visionary quality to see truth, but maybe not necessarily speak the truth. But no question, congratulations, something is going on for us. Remember, 8th chakra, we may not be aware of it, but eventually it's going to make its way down into physical form. So keep working. So breathe. My pantheons of the divine. May the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, and vocation, January and February 2021. That the damsel within us may really tap into this completion, this 10 of flames, this hora, this celebration, this graduation within us. And that we may see it as the high priestess, experience it as the maiden high priestess, the virgin high priestess, holding that clarity and purity for a new beginning, and maybe keeping our mouths shut for a change on it, so that in our career we may serve with a delightful heart, maybe bringing down pieces of the divine plan and clarity, understanding, moving forward as the chariot, the warrior, the Amazon, while in the outside reflecting, taking in this new emotional offer. Heart chakra may very touch our heart, that we have the courage, the bravery to investigate, to go further and feel it out, because we're the heroes on the hero's journey here, and we are bringing through some kind of Ace of Blades, truth, clarity, inspiration, information, insight from that high priestess in our 8th chakra. And maybe we are communicating it, or maybe we are dealing with somebody who brings us pieces of this information in the physical world that may very well have a romantic context as well. May we all receive all that we need, the Virgo collective, in our work, career, vocation, for the well-being of all from now till the end of time. So motivating. So it is. I got a little heavy there, but I'm a Virgo. I'm allowed, right? Earth sign. Wow, really, really kick-ass read. Look, if you liked it, hit the like button. You want more? Subscribe, comment, and if you know a Virgo who might be needing a little lift, I would say this would be a good thing to send them in their inbox. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed to my beloved Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Virgo power. Hail. Farewell, he said, covering his breastises, and blessed be.